If you are watching these videos in the order that Concord has set, then congratulations because you're nearing the end. This video will cover building a quiz. By the end, you will be confident to try building your own quiz and understand the types of questions you can use. I have mentioned before that there can be a lot of clicking involved with Canvas, but I love having my quizzes within the LMS. Let's get started. You are probably seeing a pattern by now. We can create a quiz by clicking on the plus button in our modules or clicking on Quiz on the left side of Canvas. I will again demonstrate by building within my module. After I've clicked on the plus button in my module and chosen Quiz from the box that pops up, my screen will look like this. You will want to click on Create Quiz, then make sure the New Quizzes choice is selected. Now give it a name. Choose which category you need to ensure it syncs with PowerSchool. Remember, there is a video on categories and making them match earlier in this course. Select Add Item, and it will show up in our module. We will click on the name of our quiz to start editing and building our questions. If you've watched the Making an Assignment video or have made an assignment before, then this page will look familiar. You will set your points. If you don't know how many points it will be yet, that is okay. Put in the number you think it will be, and you can always change it later. The category you selected when creating the quiz will be set already, but you can change it if you need to. Choose how you want the score to be displayed. Points are the default, but might not be what your course needs. You have some click button options if you don't want the score to be put in the gradebook. Then you have this external tool area, but you don't need to do anything here because it is already set with the information it needs for a quiz. Choose here if you want this to be sent to PowerSchool. The auto-grade feature of quizzes and their ability to sync with PowerSchool is a huge time saver. Your choice of who to assign it to and the due date and available dates are the same as making an assignment. Fill this section out and then click Build at the bottom of the page. First, you can add your directions. You can see by the toolbar that there are a ton of options if you need to draw attention to parts of your directions with size, color, and font styles. You can also add in media or files you need students to reference for the quiz. Click Done at the bottom to close the directions section. Next, you click on the blue plus button under your instructions to add questions. When you click on that, you will see you have options. Not all question types will make sense for your students and the content you teach. To keep this video concise, I will not go through each type. I would encourage you to look at these options when building your own quiz. The question builder will guide you through what it needs to create your question. The hotspot question is nice for maps. For example, I might want students to click on Indiana. You set the question up so that they can click on the image to show where our state is at. A warning with this question type is that if a student clicks outside the range you've set, they will get the question wrong. I have found giving them a letter or icon to click on helps them click on the right spot. You may want to model this type of question before using it for a graded quiz. As a common question type, I'm using the multiple choice question builder to point out a few things that come up in many of the question formats. The question title was the first thing that stumped me when I first tried quizzes. I use this area to type the unit the question is coming from. Because you can save your questions into a quiz bank, this helps you find the questions you need later. In this section, you will ask your question and put in your choices. If you click here, you can add answer feedback. If you click here, you can add more answer choices. You can eliminate choices by clicking here. After typing your question and answer choices, you have some options. Select any of these that you'd want to use. Next is Align to Outcomes, which would let you attach the question to standards. I don't typically use this on my quizzes, but you might want to. If you click on that option, it will walk you through the steps. The next step is to decide if you want to put the question into an item bank. I would suggest adding them, especially if you give small quizzes throughout a unit or when doing an exit ticket, and then might use the same questions on a unit test. If you click Add to Bank, it will let you create a new bank or add to existing ones. At the bottom left, you can set how many points the question is worth and give overall feedback for the question and choices. You then click Done on the bottom right when the question is finished. Next, we will look at the options along the top of the quiz builder. The settings section gives you a lot of control over what your quiz will look like and what students can see. Most of these settings are straightforward. Requiring a passcode helps give control so that students can't take an assessment at home. You can give students the option to take the quiz more than once, and if you want the highest or average score kept, you can even select this option to let them build on their first attempt. If a student takes it a second time, they only answer the ones they got wrong the first time. The Restrict view lets you control what students see when they are done in regard to their score and which questions are right and wrong. The Reports section allows you to run various reports on student results. The Moderate section lets you look at scores of each student. You can also open a quiz in this section and manually change a score if needed or regrade if you've changed something after students have taken the quiz. For example, fixing an error you made and a kid found. Hypothetically speaking, of course, the Export section is going to be used if you want to export a quiz into another learning management course. When you are done building your quiz, you will click on Return in the top right corner. This will take you back to your modules where we started. If you need to edit anything, just click on the quiz name again and start the steps over to change what you need. I hope you found this helpful, and we'll try building a quiz in Canvas soon. Thanks for watching.